Greetings, friends and future friends. Today I want to talk to you about two things. One, the most important, thank you very much. It's you guys, the subscribers, that are making this YouTube channel grow, and you are greatly appreciated. We greatly appreciate you subscribing to this channel. Thank you very much. And tell your friends too. And the second thing I want to talk about today is playlists. I want you to go to my YouTube channel and understand I have all these different playlists. Because I have people in the comments section who'll say, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And I've already done it, but it's in a playlist. That way you'll understand. I'm going to show you all these different playlists so you'll know where, hey, I want to get into guitar. I'm going to go with this playlist of, hey, and I think I have a whole playlist just on the Korg PA5X. So that information you want, you can go to that playlist and get that information. Hey, and if there's something in there, in these playlists that you want to talk about, drop a comment down below and I'll see if I can do a video on that or find the research, the information, and do a video on that. So let's take a look at these playlists. Okay, we're at the John Micheals YouTube channel, aka Reverend John Micheals. And you can see, it's just typical YouTube channel. I got your home videos and all that stuff. And here's all my videos. But the most important thing I wanted to show you today in this video is the playlists, because these playlists are the most important part of taking my material and trying to put it into sections. And I want you to understand these playlists. That way, when you're looking for something, you say, hey, I think John Micheals has got the answer to this. Where do I go? Or I want to see something entertaining or something of that nature. Then you can come to these playlists. So we go to playlists, and of course we got this playlist here called Keyboards, Info, and Tutorials. And you're going to see that most of these videos in this playlist are all about the Korg PA5X. There's one here about, my keyboard setup and how I'm using that GM Lab ST4 thing there going on. But a lot of these are about the Korg PA5X and my keyboard setup. So that's something you could, if you want to, you're saying, hey, I think John Micheals has an answer on the PA5X, go to this playlist. Again, that would be the playlist Keyboards and Info Tutorials, and it should be there. Now, this other playlist I got called Raised by a Marine. This playlist is basically nothing but stories I tell about my dad. There's 4 of them. I might do some more later on. These are all just stories of me growing up, and my dad was a Marine. And as I say in these videos, he never told me to cut my hair or clean my room, but he was a very big influence on my life. And even as a heavy metal rock guitar player, touring with these guys and all that stuff, my dad, the Marine, was always behind me. He was always saying, hey, get in there and show him what you can do, son. I mean, he was that kind of guy. So I kind of dedicated these videos to him. And if you find that entertaining, go to that. And then I have this 360 video, which probably won't be that important for an average YouTube person. But in my VR headset, I like to play these videos. This Ivy Hawkins, she's got some really cool videos. She's a pretty cool person. I like some of her music. It's very electro. But it's really cool stuff because her videos are very much in the VR world. I mean, it's just not her singing and playing music. I mean, this one, Radar, is really cool how she uses some 60s effects. But if you're in a VR headset, it looks really killer. And then, of course, the flying fighter jet formation, that's really cool because you're like in a fighter jet. So this is kind of that. And go back. And then Outside Darkness Heavy Metal Horror Show. This main video coming up is the main video for... Greetings, friends. This is the main video for the actual Heavy Metal Horror Show. We're still trying to get that off the ground, but with all the things that are happening in the music entertainment business right now, it's kind of hard. But these are all videos dealing with the Outside Darkness Heavy Metal Horror Show. And basically, to sum that up, it's like a 60s heavy metal or a heavy metal horror show, or what I call it the Outside Darkness Heavy Metal Horror Show. But what it is a heavy metal concert with a 60s horror movie vibe. and a motorcycle stunt show all put into it. And these right here are actually videos. If you look over here, you'll see a video example of motorcycle stunts. This was something I wanted to show people. This is not just your average thing. This is about people doing stunts and all that stuff that's going to be part of the show. This wasn't me to show you people doing stunts, but freestyle motocross. And then, of course, there was the trials motor, which these guys can do incredible things on these motorcycles. And we wanted to incorporate that into the Heavy Metal Horror Show. And if you watch the Outside Darkness Heavy Metal Horror Show, you'll get it. Who's Reverend John Micheals is trying to tell you, and the book and all that stuff. And then there's all kinds of stuff. And this is all stuff pertaining to this Heavy Metal Horror Show. And that's one playlist that is important is very important to me, and it's very important to trying to get people involved in that. And hopefully we can get that off the ground. Then different music production from Reverend John Micheals. This is kind of a thing because I've been producing music all over the place, and this is kind of giving you a rough idea of what I'm doing. Killer Goth Girl, that's kind of heavy metal rock kind of thing. A Leon, a heavy metal country boy. I was born and raised with country music and then became a heavy metal guy. I still think there's a tight old traditional country and traditional metal, that thing of getting it done. There's that fine line. So I wrote that song, and Diesel Daddy, that's about my dad. Lenny Kansingovich is basically me acting like a lounge singer, and I filmed this all in my studio here, and trying to show off some of my keyboard skills. Kind Scheisse is another thing too. I have two Kind Scheisses on this. Kind Scheisse is kind of a techno stuff. I kind of like that electrical music, so I did kind of things like that. And of course, the holiday stuff. So that different music gives you an idea if, and per se, that any of you people out there that were saying, hey, I need somebody to produce music for something for me, that's kind of an idea of all the music I pursue. And then this one, the guitar tutorials, guitar audio and studio tutorials. These are all just tutorials about the studio, like my guitar transposer that I have on itch.io, which I'm hoping to convert to an amp. The Studio 1 and 2 tours, which I'm going to have to do that over again because Studio 2 I've actually converted now to my video studio. And vocal booth, I have a vocal booth thing. Why I like my head rush pedal board make it sound better. And then also I have 3 guitar lessons in here that, I've done, listen to that Gem guy. Well, you know who I'm talking about, guys that play Gem. And this one, people, Neil Rush. This is talking about something just Neil Rush. And, I spelled it different too. But, talking about that. And then there's other stuff in here too. I did this video, the heavy metal nursery rhymes, a while ago, actually to do an audition for my vocals. I was trying to go for lead singer in a band, and this was kind of like my audition tape. So, and then of course, Reverend John Micheals' spinning guitar. This is the guitar I built a long time ago, back in 1983. We're at stage 1, and I built this guitar that spins around like this. Where are I? 7 years somewhere. And this is me playing this guitar that used to spin around. And my dad had a big workshop. He worked on heavy equipment, so we built this thing. That was back in 1983. And then all the other stuff too. I mean, we're all YouTubers, so here's some stuff on lighting. Here's a thing, how to make the best guitar, how to set up your own guitar. And this thing here called The Greatest Gadget, this thing right here is, I got a slew of these things. These are great little clamps, and they all have 1/4 inch on them, and you can put them somewhere where you need them. So again, this guitar audio studio tutorials and this stuff here, that's a playlist that, let's get back out of here and back into the playlist. That's a playlist that has a lot of stuff on how to, get your studio going and all that stuff. So that's also a really cool thing, if you're, guitar, audio, studio tutorials and things. And then virtual reality, I know this is a little bit older. I put this out a year ago, but I really got into this VR stuff. And this thing actually shows you some stuff that you can do in VR. This is my experiences with VR. And then I even have one, what you need to get started, what you need to have, the equipment. I think you click on here and I'll show you the equipment I'm having, all the different things. And a couple of things, I'm a pretty good football player in VR. I've won a couple Super Bowls. These are all things that, that were virtual reality stuff. And I think maybe not now, but in the near future, I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're all going to go to VR. And then I have this is all my music videos. These are videos, some of them that I've done with Outside Darkness. I'm still part of Outside Darkness. And these are all the videos that Outside Darkness has produced over the years. These are all videos we've done here in the studio, and they're all cool. There's some of them are pretty cool. And some of them are heavy metal, very heavy metal, heavy rock. And being John Micheals, a.k.a. Reverend John Micheals, yes, I'm a man of God, an ordained guy, but I'm also a certified paranormal investigator. So I'm not that preacher. Reverend John is not the preacher you're going to see on Sundays. I'm going to be the preacher you call when you got stuff floating around in your back room. Whether you believe in that stuff or not, that's what I do. So that's where Reverend John got it. And that has that theme all through our Outside Darkness, We always said you can't be inside the light until you're outside darkness. Then these are just the Reverend John subscribe things I've done over the years. I'm going to do some more of these because we got to, help get subscribers up. And then Reverend John Micheals, the old days. I only got a couple here. This is the history from 1988 to 2012. That's when I really started the Outside Darkness project. This is back in '94 when I was touring with Mr. Meaner, and we had put out two albums or CDs or whatever you want to call it. And this is when I was actually working as an actor, doing some small stuff, which never really got printed. And that's what Reverend John Micheals' old days. So, in '94, we were ready to go on tour with, I don't know who was our managers. Were looking at the people from Warrant and Tesla. And then all of a sudden, all those heavy metal rockers kind of lost their jobs when the grunge thing hit. So, and that's the old days. But again, these are the playlists I want you to look at because, no need to come to the channel and see something that doesn't interest you, or if you're wanting to know some information. And if you are interested in any of these videos, leave a comment. I look at my comments most of the time. I look at my comments every morning. So, sometimes I get busy during the day, but every morning I look at my comments and I see, hey, somebody said this or somebody said that. And then I try and respond to that. So if there's something in any of these categories you'd like to see, like these 360 videos, they're really cool. And matter of fact, somebody even told me that they could see them on their phone. And that is really wild. I mean, there's some really, really cool stuff. I mean, when you go on these tours to different places, and then there's this video here is really cool. You got to see this in VR. You're actually inside a car and he's rolling rolling on this racetrack, and you can look around the whole car. You can actually see the straps and everything. It's really cool. VR is really cool. And some of these bands, this is another one I like to watch in VR. And it's really cool. Now, somebody said you can watch these on your phone too. This is really cool. Very techno music and really awesome because, it's in VR. So let's get back here. Matter of fact, even on a computer, I never played it. Look, you can see it. So if we play this, we can actually switch it around, look around. That's cool. Okay, so this wraps it up. This is the John Micheals YouTube channel. And again, click to those playlists. Go to those playlists and see if there's anything interesting in there. And if anything, you like to listen to, or, if you want to listen to some music, go down to my music videos, or if you're interested in tutorials, I got the guitar tutorials, and way over here, I got the guitar tutorials, and over here, I got the keyboard tutorials. So, and again, VR. hey, think about VR. I think that's where our future is going to be. So I hope this video gave you a little bit more insight on the playlists. That way you can access the playlist and get to the video you want to watch quickly. So I hope that helped you out. And I can't say it enough. Thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel. You are so greatly appreciated. So take care, my friends, and thanks for watching.